Welcome back to Double Down University. I'm back with you guys with another college basketball prospects video, and today I will be going over two of the late night games. I know it's been a while. I haven't been covering college basketball in a while because I wanted to kind of get away from the cupcake portion of the schedule, which is a lot of the top teams play a lot of the lower level schools and dominate them, win by 40, 50 points. So it's no fun taking props in those type of environments. So we've reached the conference play where the games should be a lot closer, should be more evenly matched teams going up against each other. So I have two picks in the late night slate. So I have Marcus Domask in the 9 o'clock game between Illinois and Northwestern, as well as Isaiah Stevens over 17.5 points in the Colorado State versus New Mexico game. So let's get into it. So first, I always like to look at the advantages of both teams and basically try to model my projection off of the advantages that they do have. So in this matchup, Colorado State, they have an advantage in field goal percentage shooting, as well as three-point shooting, and also have a free throw advantage. So in this case, New Mexico, they foul a lot. So they are 266th in the NCAA in fouling, and Colorado State does a good job of getting to the free throw line. As you can see here where my cursor is, they're 73rd in the country in getting to the free throw line. They're also 66th in the country in three-point shooting. And then that is where New Mexico struggles, is to guard the three-point line, at 222nd in the country at defending the three-point line, as well as Colorado State is the second best team in the country at near proximity shots. So layups, anything that's close to the rim inside the paint. And New Mexico does a poor job at that as well. And then they're also good at quick points off of breakaway steals. So that's good as well. That's easy points. And the profile that screams out at me in this matchup is Isaiah Stevens, because those are the things that he's good at. Then if we go over here to my scatter plot, so I have his 2-point percentage and his field goal attempts per game. So Isaiah Stevens, he shoots 12 shots per game, and he shoots 57% from 2-point range. And then also, since they have the 3-point advantage, we want to go to 3-point. So his 3-point percentage and his 3-point attempts. And he basically is a 39% 3-point shooter. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you guys can see it. He's a 39% 3-point shooter, and he attempts only 3 attempts per game, which is good because I like my players to be able to attack the basket and try to get fouled, as opposed to just sit there and just shoot a bunch of threes. That is where you get into under territory with a lot of players that shoot just a large portion of their shot attempts as threes. So he does a good job of that. And then we're also going to look at his potential to draw fouls. So we go to fouls drawn per game, and then we also going to parlay that with his free throw attempt percentage. If I could find it up here, free throw attempt, I'll type it in, free throw attempts. Here it is, free throw percentage. So his free throw percentage is 82%, and he draws 3 fouls a game. You want a little bit more than that, but he draws 3 fouls per game. He shoots 82% from the free throw line, so we can live with that. You know, he's not going to kill us and miss a bunch of free throws. So that is the profile. That is the guy that I like. Another one you can go with is Patrick Cartier, but Isaiah Stevens is the number one on this team, so he will get a large majority of the shot attempts. I don't like taking a lot of the fringe players that are just spacers, especially in college basketball, because they don't get a lot of attempts. Only if, let's say, the main guy is struggling. So let's say if Stevens struggles, then Cartier will get a lot of his looks, and as well as Joel Scott. So I kind of want to just lean on Isaiah Stevens. And then with him, he has covered this line pretty consistently, as you guys can see here. He's only had 3 games where he's missed it over his last 10 games. So that bodes well for him as well. So I really like him in this spot. And then fast forward to the next matchup, which is Northwestern versus Illinois. In this matchup, same thing. We have an advantage for Illinois in free throw attempts. As you can see, they're 92nd in the country in free throw attempts at getting to the line. And then Northwestern is pretty poor at defending, or defending without fouling, as I should say. As well as field goal percentage. They are really, really good, Illinois, as well as near proximity shooting. And the profile I like for this is Domask, because for one of two reasons. For the first reason is that if you guys haven't heard the news, but Terrence Shannon is suspended from team activities. I'm not going to kind of get into the details of that because it's pretty nasty facts that's been out there, but you guys can probably search it up and figure out what I'm talking about. But he's been suspended from the team, so the next best player I think on the team is Domask, and a lot of the times Terrence Shannon has overshadowed him with just being a black hole, shooting a bunch of shots, doing a lot of things for the offense, which is good for the offense, but I feel like he hasn't been able to show what he really can do, Marcus Domask. And the one thing that was kind of concerning was the game that they didn't have him, and I can show you guys here, game that they didn't have him against FDU. I think it was FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson, their last game. He only had 7 shot attempts, which is pretty, like, as you can see, let's see if I can show you guys. So like right here, he only had 7 shot attempts, which is insane for somebody with his potential because he couldn't shoot the ball really, really well. His average shot field goal attempts is 12.8 or 12.9. So without Shannon, that should rise a lot. So I really, really like his potential in this matchup. I don't see any other player like besides Quincy, who is like a real shooter. Now Coleman Hawkins, he can turn into a black hole where he shoots a lot, even though he can't really shoot that well, but he can get hot and he can score a little bit. He has the length to kind of probably cause them problems in the post, but I don't want to kind of lean towards him too much. I don't really care for him as a player too much because he does get into foul trouble. He commits dumb fouls. So I really, really like Domask in this spot at 15.5. This is just a gut play for me. It's just something that I just seen, and it's just I feel like there's value there with him. And then also we can go back to our chart and look at him as well. So as you can see, field goal attempts. Let's see. I think he's like second in the team in field goal attempts. Domask. Field goal attempts, and let's do free throw field goal percentage. See if I can find it. Here it is. Field goal percentage. So he's actually a 41% field goal percent on the season, but he takes only 10 shots. So it's like, if he make 4 out of 10 shots, that's 41%. So we kind of want, we're kind of envisioning him to have a huge field goal attempt bump with Terrence Shannon out. As you can see, Terrence Shannon takes 12 shots, so 2 more shots than him. So you can see Domas taking between 10 to like 12 to 14 shots, which will be good in our case because he does make a lot of shots and is consistent. Let's see. Let's go to his. And the thing I like about him too is that a lot of his buckets are mid-range shots. He's not a big three-point shooter like that. His 2-point percentage is pretty good. As you can see here, he shoots 59, almost 60% from the 2-point percentage. So anywhere inside the 3-point line, shoots close to 60%. And he takes 5 shots a game inside the post or in the paint. So I really, really like that as well. He's aggressive. He doesn't really draw too many fouls. That's one thing that I've seen that I'm not too keen on, is that he doesn't draw a lot of fouls. But I expect with him to have the ball in his hands more, he will draw more fouls. As you can see, he only draws 2 fouls per game. And then Terrence Shannon draws 7 fouls per game, which is insane. That's why he has a high average. But as you can see, Coleman Hawkins is nowhere to be found in here. He doesn't draw a lot of fouls. He's kind of just a shooter. Quincy, he draws 3 fouls. He shoots 60%. So they're right on par between the two of them. But I just think that, this is a Marcus Domas game, especially against a Northwestern team. And he shoots free throws at a really, really good clip. Free throws attempted. And let's look at his free throw percentage. Let's see. Free throw percent. Where are you? Here it is. Okay, so as you can see here, he shoots 86%. See what I'm saying? He shoots 86% from the line, and he attempts 2 free throws. That's not good, because if he attacks the basket a little bit more, he will, his point total will go up because of that. Because if he shoots, let's say 4 to 6 free throws a game, he should at least add 6 points onto his average, because he is really, really good as a free throw shooter. So that is my last pick that I really, really like, is Marcus Domask over 15.5, over 15.5 points. So those are my 2. Marcus Domas over 15.5 points, and Isaiah Stevens over 17.5 points. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.